What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Kristen Ayana, and before we get into this episode, I just gotta say, make sure that y'all subscribe, like, and turn those post notifications on, and stay tuned with Black Talk Radio. Welcome to Black Talk Radio, hosted by Kristen Ayana. Listen as we discuss the latest in Black culture, Black news, and Black entertainment. What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Kristen Ayana, and welcome back to Black Talk Radio, where we discuss the latest in Black culture, news, and entertainment. Now, I am super duper excited because we have a very special guest in the building. Who do I have with me here today?
What up? It's your boy, Eric Bellinger. What's up, man?
Oh my gosh, first of all, like I was saying off camera, I literally grew up listening to your music. So having you here tonight is just super duper special.
I mean everything, thank you.
Yes, of course. So first things first, I know you're from Compton, California.
Yeah.
And you grew up in the church.
Uh-huh.
So can you kind of just tell us, let's take a journey, right? Mm-hmm. Tell us about younger you, your experiences growing up in Cali and, like your favorite childhood memories.
Yeah. So grew up in church, definitely. Also was playing sports, football.
Oh,
so I was
okay.
6 years old. Tackle football, that was my thing. I thought I was going to go to the pros. It didn't happen. And, man, it's interesting because I had the best of both worlds. You know, like, I was in church, so I was really being taught the righteous way, to go about it. And, I was trained up as a child, as they say, so it instilled so many different morals and values that still carry me to this day, especially the amount of faith that I have. That's definitely stemmed from the way I was raised. So shout out to my mom, my dad, and really the whole church house. That's they really ended up playing a part, raising you too. But then at the same time, I was living in Compton, so it was like I was around gang violence. I was around drive-bys on there. You know what I mean? Like being in the middle of fights and just craziness. But that balance kind of it kept me level to know what reality is, while also just believing that God will do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure. And I definitely feel like, I watched, your previous interviews and, just following you for so many years, you definitely are a man of faith, which I love. And I think, it's so good to express that because for people who maybe are still in those kind of environments, I feel like we all need, something to believe in, something to hold on to say like, hey, this might be your circumstance, but it's not your forever.
Exactly. That's good.
Yeah, so I love that for sure. And, even just growing up in the church, there's so much things that you learn. And I think it's such a good thing to have that community. Because, for me, I even think about the church I go to now. And it's like, if someone doesn't see me a couple Sundays, they're like, are you okay, baby? Like, I haven't seen you in a while.
Exactly.
So I definitely love that. And I think, community is so important. Now, you talked about how, you were into sports, you were playing football. Did you always, imagine yourself being an artist or a songwriter as a kid? Or you was really just on the sports route?
It, just sports, not music at all, but I did grow up singing in church. So I think because I was singing so much in church, I never looked at it like, I want to sing even outside of church, And it was like, all right, this is something I just do at church. But when I was out and people started finding out, like, wait, you can sing, I just was like, oh, yeah, I didn't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's funny, though, because sometimes when you're, like, called to do something, you don't see it right away. But the fact that, like, you keep getting pulled back to it, I think can show, like, okay, this is what you're meant to do.
Meant to do, yeah. That's why the first little mixtape series was called Born to Sing.
Born to Sing, yeah, and I remember that for sure. Now, you've written for so many, songwriters, from Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Usher, just to name a few.
Yes.
But what would you say has been, like, maybe one of your most memorable moments as far as, like, working with someone, writing for someone, or just, like, collaborating?
I think the moment Chris Brown album for Fame won a Grammy, that was, like, a moment that was a stamp for me, feeling like I made it in this journey, in this grind. And at the time we was watching the Grammys on TV while I was in the studio with Usher working.
Wow.
On his album. So I think it was just the combination of collaborating with somebody that I looked up to the most in music while also on TV, you know, winning a Grammy for the best R&B album of the year.
Yeah, I love, and I think too, like every person that loves music, they want that Grammy moment.
Yeah, you need that.
Like it's just iconic, and I'm wishing more Grammys.
Come on
for
now.
you, okay?
We
like
need them and we want them.
I definitely see that for you in your future. Now, as far as being a songwriter, did you ever, you know, have moments of like doubt when you started to make music of your own because you came from that songwriting background?
Yeah, I think as I was creating music, I always felt like it was the same song. Like, this song is no better than the other song. But I did always feel like, but why mine ain't going like the other ones is going? You know what I mean? I never doubted the integrity and level of the song. It was just always like, man, these artists, when we do these songs, they going number one. They going top 10. But when I'm releasing my songs, it's like, the reach isn't the same. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? And I think early on, you know, somebody had explained to me, like, yo, man, like, do you want to stay independent or do you want to get a major deal? You know, and they kind of told me the pros and the cons from both, and I just saw more value in staying independent. So I just kind of rode that wave instead, and I don't know, it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I love that you shared that because I also think, too, for a lot of artists, it can be very discouraging, or any creative, right? Because it's like looking at, okay, this video from someone else has X amount of views, mine only has this amount of views. I feel like we're heavily in, especially with social media, a world where numbers really matter.
Yeah.
And it can be discouraging when you aren't getting the results that you want. But in the same vein, it's like you know that you have a purpose and you know that you have to keep going. Yeah. So in due time. And I always say, too, like, the moment that you even think about quitting, I promise you, that is literally going to be the moment that you make it. Like, it's
like
so,
you don't care.
It's, like, so ironic. I'm like, I always tell people, if you're an artist, if you're, you know, a creative, if you do content, whatever it is, say for you post something and it only gets, I don't know, one listen or one view. The moment you stop and you quit, you just missed out on your 1 million views.
Right.
Because now you're not even giving yourself the chance to really reach other people.
Yeah.
So I love that, and I definitely think that's something that, you know, so many people can relate to and just remember.
Do you see me, God? I'm out here.
Okay. Now, fast forwarding a little bit, let's talk about your first album, The Rebirth. How did you feel dropping that? Because I remember when you dropped that, my favorite songs on there are First Lady and Catch 22. Nice. So just walk us through what that time period was like for you. Yeah,
so that was when I was really falling in love, you know, like for real. So the music reflected that, you know.
I love.
Especially the First Lady, like, I had just got with Amaya at the time. I remember when we shot that music video, we was up all night, getting the night before getting tattoos, like matching. You know,
oh my gosh, I'm such a I love.
For the video, and we was so tired when we got to the shoot, and I'm like, you can't even see the tattoo in the video. Like, it's there, but it's not like us. You know what I mean? It's not like the tattoo is a moment, but it was just like, I think for us, it time stamped us like committing to each other. Permanently symbolic, you know, via the tattoos. Like, I got a key, she got a lock, you know what I mean? Like, when we hold hands, the lock ends up right at the key. And that was like a thing I remember, you know, if you look, you'll see it at some point in the video, but that was like the moment of, you know, Eric Bellinger arriving into the true calling.
I love that. And I think, like I said, I still play the songs off that project to this day. It's such a good, timeless project. And I love that you were able to share the story behind it. And, you know, just speaking of just love and things of that nature, I know you're a husband and a dad. So how do you balance that all with, you know, your career?
Man, I just do like, it's kind of like on and off, on and off.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll do a long tour, but then I'll chill for longer. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I definitely will end up spending most of the time at home for sure, naturally, automatically. You just go home, but I think a lot of people, once they finish work, they still stay out. I don't do that.
Gotta go, y'all.
Yeah. What, we finished? That's it? You don't want to do no bridge? All right. You don't want to do a bridge?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think for me, I'm low key a homebody too. Like,
it's become that. You know, it's 2025. It's different. It's aliens on the way. You know what I'm saying?
God only knows what the rest of the year is gonna be like.
They said the rapture is happening.
I know the rapture is supposed to be happening right now. I'm a little.
Hold on, guys.
Don't leave us.
You've been ready.
What are the odds that today is the rapture and I'm sitting with you?
So that's how you know it ain't real.
Okay.
If God would have came and got us first, okay? He would have sent 2 votes for us.
Okay, exactly. No, but I'm definitely a homebody. And it's like, I feel like when you're in the industry too, like the partying of it all, the constant events. Yes, it is important to network, but I don't know.
Me and my son, he's trying to teach me how to do it. I'm like, bro, I can't.
It's like, I don't know. After a while, it's like, okay, I want to go home. Because one thing about me, I like my bed.
Ain't nothing like it.
Okay, I be in that bed, rubbing my feet together, watching my shows. Listen, so I get you, okay?
I know what you're saying.
Like, once it's time to go, it is time to go.
See ya.
Alrighty. Now, I want to get into your upcoming album, It All Makes Sense.
Yeah.
I was able to get an early listen, and I love the Afrobeat and R&B vibe.
Yeah,
so, you know, walk us through that process.
Yeah. So, man, I went to Africa to just make music.
Right. Cape Town, right?
Cape Town in South Africa, and I just like to create in different spaces. But normally I go to the different places and I just make more R&B music. I just got a nice aesthetic and a nice vibe.
Right.
You know? Cool. We got the waves out there, but in this case, it was just them beats was different. You know, the amapiano was something I wasn't used to. You know, the Afro sounds was something I wasn't used to. So I really just leaned into it, trusted the process, and I like to explain it like a faith walk because I just was like, let me see what this is, and I really didn't know what to expect.
Right.
So when I did that album was called It'll All Make Sense Later, because really it was an experiment for me. It was an experiment for people. I know, you know, a lot of people are used to me doing a specific sounding music.
Right.
But it was like, yo, they'll get it later. It'll all make sense later. And now that we have It All Makes Sense, I kind of made it, I've like made it more me. You know,
it's making sense, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's good.
It's like, it ain't just Eric making Afro. It's like me bringing that into my world. The first time it was Afro fused with R&B. Now it's R&B fused with Afro. So it's just it's a spin on the first album, but now it's just like, man, I'm just so comfortable in my skin on this album. It's like you hear the confidence,
right?
You hear the swag, you hear the sauce, you hear Eric Bellinger, but it's just over Afro.
I love that, and honestly, like, to your point, just listening to it, it feels organic, it feels different, and it feels freeing.
Yeah, that's the word I used earlier.
Yeah, freeing. And I love that you were, you know, able to go and experience this and just, like, create. Because I think sometimes, you know, as creatives, we can be stuck on, okay, deadlines or, like, wanting things to be a certain way, but I think the best art sometimes comes from just being free and just, like, okay, trying things and seeing what happens. What would you say was, like, you know, one of your best memories from that trip?
Going out to it's crazy because I went in April and I like to smoke. And 420.
I'm Jamaican, so.
Okay. On April 20th, I had a moment where I got to, like, go for a walk by myself in Africa. And I went to the beach and I went all the way, like, they have these, like, rocks that go kind of far in the water, in the ocean. I was just walking out in the rocks. I just sat there on 420 at 420.
Wow.
And I just really sat there and like meditated and smoked and just was looking at the birds and conversating with. God.
It's the reminiscing for me.
It was so good. Like I haven't went back to that moment, and I just teleported real quick in the interview. My bad, I'm back. That's a superpower.
No, that is amazing. Like I think the world is also so busy and like crazy at times. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that you were really able to have that like moment of peace.
Grounding, no shoes, no socks. It was amazing.
Yeah, South Africa is definitely on my list for sure. I definitely want to go there. Definitely. Mm-hmm. Now I know you're doing an open verse challenge right now.
Yeah.
For your song Vogue, which is on the album. Mm-hmm. So, what made you want to do that, and like how important is it to you to just like uplift upcoming artists?
Man, I think that's my sole passion now. I grew in this music. Like the purpose was for me to do what I love to do in life. I just want to do what I love. And then as you grow and as you evolve and you knock off certain goals, it shifts. Like, okay, I did what I need to do as a songwriter.
Yes.
Now it's like, I did what I need to do as an artist. I'm going to keep dropping because I know you don't want me to stop.
Yes, so, please don't.
I'm not going to stop that. But now my new thing is my label, signing artists, developing artists, giving artists a chance, and using my platform to just pay it forward. So in the past, I've done challenges, and a lot of people do challenges after the song's out. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to be different and like give them that opportunity. Like if you really going out your way and making time, for me, I'm gonna reciprocate and make time for you and say, hey, this is this person featuring X. Mm-hmm. Listen, you need to, be up on him. He cold, her, she dope, and involving the people in voting. They feel a part of the process, so they get to follow along with the journey of the song.
Yeah, I love that, and I think it's definitely important because sometimes people are good, but they don't have like the outlet or like people aren't seeing them. Yes. And I love that you created your label All Wins Entertainment. Why that name?
Mm-hmm. My middle name is Aldwin. Aldwin. So I never really say that like Aldwin, but it's like all wins. It's like it's in my name.
Yeah, and you mentioned you just really want to give that space to artists and allow them to go through artist development. Yeah. What do you think is like a big issue with artist development right now?
I think the know-how for sure, like from the big homies, being able to actually have experienced it and went through it themselves to be able to pinpoint and correct or direct, and also having the willingness to want to do it, because for labels it's too much of an investment for them to be gambling.
Yep.
So they we looking for what's already viral,
which I really don't
already got 10 million views. And we gonna sign them.
But it's crazy though. It's so insane to me because then it's like these people aren't ready.
They weren't ready. They caught a lick, and now it's time to do the interviews, time to do the show, and now they're just not ready. They're not media trained. They don't know how to conduct themselves even in a conversation, let alone an interview.
Yeah, and I think I think the problem is too, like to your point of like skipping steps.
Yes, that's it.
I think, for example, like I had my show for a little bit over 8 years now. And when I started, I was interviewing like a lot of local artists in the town that I went to college and things of that nature. But I feel like every single interview I did back then prepared me for all the interviews I do now.
Yep, 100%.
And I think, with whatever you do in life, there's a process. Yeah. And the more you do something, the better you become. And for these artists that are kind of blowing up overnight, they don't really get that. Mm-hmm. And then I feel like they get heavily judged as well.
And it's bad.
Like
yo, she ain't even breathing. She losing her breath on stage.
Yeah, and it's like, well, this is maybe her 5th performance, and now she's in front of millions. Exactly. So I definitely think we need to bring back that artist development for sure. Mm-hmm. What are some new R&B acts that you like? Or who?
New R&B acts. I like Justin Martin.
Oh, I went to her concert a couple months back. She's good.
She's dope. Another artist, Sailor.
Okay.
She's
fire.
And who else, man? Because it's honestly a
There's
lot
so
of artists
much.
out right now that's like, oh, dope. Upstairs, he from Atlanta.
Mm.
I like him too. He's super
Okay,
fire.
okay, yeah. I'll definitely check Upstairs out. I'm not familiar, but
Yeah, spell it UPSTRZ.
okay.
So it's like a little different, but
Mm-hmm.
look him up.
All right, I'll definitely
You gonna be
tap
like,
in.
what?
I'll definitely take that
Right, I
recommendation.
got you.
And my final question for you: if you could leave your supporters with one thing to remember about you, what would it be and why?
Eric Bellinger cared.
I love that. You really do though.
I care.
Yeah.
There's a difference when you care. I mean, a lot of people, we live in the I don't give a fuck era.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows in
Right.
your art, it shows in your work, it shows in your attention to detail, it shows in your results.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? You take that time to respect the craft, it'll respect you.
Awesome. Well, I just want to thank you so much for chatting with me. Yeah, and of course I'm wishing you nothing but the best. I just need you to release music until the end of time. Thank you.
Till the end of time, just like that. Black Talk.
Yes.
You know what we doing.